More people than that. I mean, if you want to do it with cash.
Or Setter.
Well, I know that's what I was
I
saying.
think Setter was one too.
Yeah,
Oh,
Setter
I
was
was thinking
hard
about
too.
Prim and Princey.
Oh no, I was thinking about the PCs.
Okay.
I don't
yeah.
think.
Now let them do rapid things.
They're done. You're home. They know better than that.
They don't know that. Well, you don't just walk in and say, "Honey, I'm home."
True.
Well, I mean, like, everyone already knows, so... And Princey didn't seem like he was too, like, disturbed at the idea of Earl just, like, gelding him for fucking her, so... Why don't they just fuck each other whenever they want?
Because I feel like that's too much of a tryhard for me to try to roll that all the time. Ugh.
Nerd. Nerd.
Nerd. Okay, so Iris, do you take advantage of that opportunity?
What Sitter have mentioned to Iris that that Sitter doesn't want to think about nobody or yeah.
No, that requires thinking about her.
All right.
Exactly.
Setter is diligently ignoring her very existence. Nobody is bothering her.
All right, then like
Except Tavi.
so then like a couple minutes into like the weird not stare off they're having, she like I feel like she would have like had like her feet kind of like on the table, but like away from the food. So, like if there was a swash or like on like a different chair, on an empty chair. So like she like puts her feet down on the floor and sits up, and it's like, you know what? We can have this conversation right now. Come with me. She stands up.
She hesitates. Like, she doesn't hesitate, but she stays for another moment looking at the kids. And then she sort of, like, nods and follows you without saying anything. And let's fade over to Saffron and Leon.
So on the way,
Saffron. Haha, ship name.
while I'm driving, I want to open my brain to the maelstrom and just like really like half jokingly ask, so what crazy things do you have planned for us next?
And are you doing this specifically when you are away from the tower?
Yes, like
Okay.
while I'm on the way.
Okay.
You open your brain when you're driving?
I did it on the way to the tower. I've done it on the way before.
Don't
My
open your brain and
God, that's a horrible idea.
Okay,
don't let
so
friends talk to the maelstrom and drive.
I think the maelstrom gives you a bit of a confused feeling and kind of asks you the same question.
I just like not yet.
Nobody. We have nobody in store for you.
Yep. That's exactly what I say.
Maelstrom would get that joke, but you got a vague impression, so you don't get to communicate that much. It's not how this works.
Exactly.
You get limited communication. It gets to say something to you. You can have a stupid reply back. It's not clear whether the Maelstrom actually hears it. It's the whole
Right.
point of this. God,
Look, Maelstrom Jesus is with us always.
of
Yes.
course.
He's like Santa Claus, okay?
Not
Knows
all of
Knows
us.
and sees all.
Hocus Setter is going to be fun.
Santa Claus better not fucking watch me.
More NPCs.
No, stop it! I would have to like brush up when you're on
Oh,
your way to
just
fucking Saffron's place. Let's just
start-
kill them all.
Well, I mean, there's gonna
Yes,
be more
start
NPCs because I'm gonna be a
crosshairing
chopper.
people, nerd.
No, I know.
It's pretty easy. You just say they're dead.
We have to wait on the rest of my gang to get here because she still has those NPCs to keep track of.
Yeah, we'll just crosshair them. She did effectively kill one of mine, so
Did I?
they aren't safe. Yes,
Yeah,
you
son.
killed Sun.
Oh, yeah, well.
Yeah, Earl forgot about him too.
And Princey's completely useless now.
He is, but that was my fault.
You could still deal with it. It's still a problem. That's
know.
dealable.
It's been like 2 days.
It's like 7 sessions. Okay, so you arrive at the Silver Ballroom. What do we see?
What
Saffron
do we
Yun.
see? Man, I've been like thinking about this a lot and don't have any like. I think it's gonna be an old church building. at least for a lot of it. Nothing really like stained glass or anything like that. All the pews and the altar and all that stuff have all been ripped out, and the inside has been completely changed over. The only thing that really remains from when it was a church is the old pipe organ, which is why we're here. You helped set it up in the first place. It's not really much of a pipe organ anymore. It's now like a lot of metal panels, some string, and all that sort of stuff. But we make it work, and it actually sounds pretty good.
Right.
So it's like a Celesta, a piano, and a pipe organ all in one with, like, I don't know. But yeah, so that's what I have you here for. The other option was like a disco ball, but
If you want to be classy.
I figure we'll just do the piano. I couldn't think of anything better than a disco ball.
Yeah, so you guys walk in, and there's a bunch of people busy at work. Well, some of them are busy at work, some of them are pretending to be busy at work, and some of them are clearly not giving a shit about anything right now.
Working hard or hardly working, am I right?
Yeah. And you guys make your way back to the piano, and there's like a super fucking old man like sitting on the bench.
Yay.
And,
What is his name? So I'm pulling up my sheet as well.
oh my god. His name is
Henderson.
Visage.
Yeah, Visage.
Yeah,
I
he's-
like Visage.
He's sitting there, and I've been waiting to use that name because it was a really good name, but I wanted to use it right, so thanks for making my decision for me. And yeah, he turns around and nods and like, Miss Saffron, is this the man who's gonna get this working again?
He is indeed. If anyone can, it's him. He put it together in the first place.
Doesn't mean it always comes apart in a way I've seen before. But I'll do my best.
Oh, sunshine. I know you will.
Visage
So-
like stands up from the piano, and old man straightens back. Like, fuck, why did I? Ugh, it's horrible if I stand. It's horrible if I sit. What do I do? and like nods to you guys and makes his way over to. I assume you have a bar.
Yeah, probably. Well, I don't know.
You guys have a bar.
Something. It does have food as part of its establishment, I guess.
Yeah.
Drinks are actually, I think, separate, but
Okay. Well, he goes
It's-
to where most of the people are hanging out and goes to sit with them.
yeah. Actually, before he leaves, I'm like, why don't I ask him if he can like show us a little bit of like what's been hanging up a little bit. So I think he probably will stick around a little bit and
Yeah,
kind of point
like-
to like some pedals and
I was
Yeah,
gonna
yeah.
ask him
some
what-
certain keys that aren't working and are out of tune and stuff like that.
Yeah,
Yeah, fair
I was
enough.
going to ask him what was going on with it so that I wouldn't have to do a once-over of the whole thing.
He explains to you. I don't know what it is. I don't know anything about pianos. There's a
Alright.
problem.
Good, because I
You
don't
It's-
either.
fix it.
So some keys weren't working, some other ones were out of tune, and it's not like a normal piano where you can, which still requires like a specialist to come in. But
Stupid pianos. Why do you know things about pianos?
I don't.
Oh, okay, lovely.
I'll just fix it.
uh,
I
just fix
fix
it.
it.
You fix it.
all right.
Takes you a couple hours of effort, but you fix it. You are a fixer, so you fix it.
Yay.
I
Good
think
job.
in between talking to Leon and Saffron would also like dip out to like her back room to work on some other stuff. And do we talk about anything? I don't know. Do you have anything you want to ask her about? I feel like she might want to ask you about stuff. Trying to think.
Just like how things have been here. What have you been up to? Small talk kind of stuff since it's been a while.
Yeah, you know, she kind of like gestures to all the people working. she probably introduces you to a guy named Ben, Bean. I
Ben?
can never pronounce past tense of
I u-
being. Has been.
Ben. I
Yeah,
was thinking
it's like
Ben.
has been.
Like
Yeah, like
B
has
E E N. Ben.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ben.
Stupid.
It is stupid, but that's a decent name.
It shouldn't be
He's terrible,
Bean
my
because that's
favorite.
just confusing.
I'm
Yeah,
pretty sure Bean is a different name, actually.
yeah.
Probably. So
It's,
Ben.
I'll call it Ben, even though I think it's like a bit longer of an E. So she introduces you to Ben, who's like kind of her second. Abondo's there too. She likes Abondo.
Yep. Bono's a big, tough-looking guy. Not
Should
quite
probably
as
get-
scary as Earl. Kind of
She probably gets you
tough-looking.
something to drink.
Sure.
And so yeah, so she, she kind of like, we lost some time with the floods, but that lets us spend a lot of time before we get this ready. So we've got a lot of stuff that we can put together, and now it's just a matter of putting this old church back together in the way we want it. She's like white over there, some guy like maybe he's on a ladder or something. Is like putting up like curtains of some kind or another, velvety. Yes. It's going to be a big one coming up. Should be a lot of fun. So then later she'll come out with a two kind of like packages. It's going to say brown paper, and then I'm like, wait, no, this is Dampocalypse. But kind of wrapped packages. And she says, this one's for you. And this one's for Mr. King.
I'll make sure he gets it. Thanks.
I would love so very much if you two could stop by. And she says, I'll let you know when we finalize the date.
Time permitting, I'll do my best to be here. It'd be nice to hear this thing run again.
I don't
Someone
think you've
who
ever
can
been to
actually-
one.
Or
Yeah.
no, it'll be nice to hear this thing actually play.
Yeah. I don't know. You might have. Everyone in the tower at most has been to like 2,
I don't think
even
I've
though these
actually
are
been
held
to
like
one.
very regularly.
Yeah.
They're normally for like, even though we're like important people, they're like for rich people and like
No.
the 5 leaders.
I got 3 barter. Nah.
Yeah, if you look at like the barter sheet, it says 1 barter is worth like a single night of luxury. That's what this is.
Right.
So that's her establishment. It's all about letting people. It's all about letting the rich people know that they're rich, even though the world's total crap.
I love how it's by invite, but you still have to pay.
Yeah. Well, it's sort of. I don't even know how the payment quite works. I know.
It's probably
Yeah.
like an unspoken tip.
Yeah, I think probably, or like an opera of some kind of deal or something, right?
Yeah, maybe.
I know Millions is like a literal patron in that
Yeah, a regular.
he's a regular, and he's my best regular, and he kind of like he really enjoys the whole deal, and getting dressed up and feeling better than everyone else.
Oh, of course.
He really digs that.
The city is his kingdom.
And yeah, so it's kind of like I think he does in a way almost view them as like he's throwing these parties through her,
Yeah.
and then and she's like, so she says, do make sure you come here. It's like you saw what it was like in that room today, I imagine, but all the real ruling gets done here.
Oh, really now? Well,
She nods. He's like, "That's all